Hello, people, and welcome. Camera went off there a little bit, and me clicking in and out of windows as always. I was just going to make a little tour of my 7 Days to Die base, Fort Demi. You can barely see the sign from here. Fort Demi. Both because I absolutely love this game. I have played this game to bits basically since Alpha 18 released on the experimental branch. I think I have about, at the very least, I would have 300 hours in it at this point. I have absolutely been knocking myself out, but I want to try recording this because I want to see how feasible it is recording and or streaming this on my rig, given that performance for me has been much worse with the game since Alpha 17. Alpha 17 I could run on Ultra. I never tried recording it, but when I'm not recording on Ultra, stable 60 frames per second. Except for that one moment where morning comes, there's this little like piano tune letting you know that yes, you're safe now, where it drops to 40 seconds for a brief moment while the game recalculates all the light, basically. But right now I'm running it on medium. I don't know how well this is going to hold together when I record, so I want to try this, and this is actually my second attempt as of now. I did a first one, I thought I was going to be comfy, use my somewhat shittier headset microphone, so I don't have to take the stream rig out and mess around with that. And halfway through the recording, which wasn't as entirely unexpected, I must admit, my microphone broke, so half the commentary is just really awful static. So I'm actually going to try doing this again with the stream mic out. So yes, Fort Demi in the middle of the cold wasteland. I'm actually next door to the trader. Trader Hugh, he lives in there, but he's kicked me out for the night right now. Well, he actually haven't kicked me out. I weren't in there when night started, or at least I think I weren't. I feel pretty comfortable being out and about here. I don't really need to hide at the traders. But yeah, this is the sort of main approach to Fort Demi. Originally this was the only approach. Oh, I haven't painted that one yet. Yeah, they broke that stair last fortnight. But yeah, this is the main entrance, the kind of zombie obstacle course. This is where the zombies have to come in. That they can't jump from like hump to hump the way I do, so they have to jump up and down, and that make them take forever and make them easy targets for Demi with a rifle over there. But yeah, all this stuff, it looks like it has a lot of fancy textures on it, but everything that's been painted like this, that like doesn't have any of the base normal 7 Days to Die textures that stuff have if you just place them. They are upgraded, what's it called, reinforced concrete to them. I don't paint things until it's reinforced. There's one or two odd blocks here that's like steel. These are steel by purpose, but that's like I was repairing, when I clicked one time too many, and whoops, I happen to have steel in my inventory. But yeah, I don't paint things unless they are reinforced concrete, or possibly the fact that I am not ever going to upgrade them, which is mostly true for the interior and the courtyard of the fort, where I don't ever expect to see zombies. But other stuff, even like these little beams here, they look like wood, but they are reinforced concrete. So I can walk here perfectly fine. Zombies, however, they can't. They are doing this, and whoop, they slide down, and they have no choice but to go back here and try again. And these little stairs on the side here, they're here because zombies aren't always the most clever kind of being you can encounter, and sometimes they really forget how to stare, so they'll stand here and be like, I should be able to jump up here, but I can't, and then they'll get frustrated and they'll beat at the stairs, and then they'll knock these stairs out, so I've just given them extra little stairs here. Here you go, dum-dums. This is how you get up. But yeah, this is practically zombie-proof. Every once in a blue moon, or shall I say red moon, a spider managed to sleep. If they jump exactly from the lip there, I think this block out here is technically what they land on, and then they can get up here. But I mean, it's okay. It doesn't even happen once per fortnight, so I'm totally cool with it. But yeah, this is where Demi sit and snipe zombies that come running at her without any real chance to actually get up here with. Not this rifle. I have a different rifle that doesn't have as much of a zoom on the scope as this one have. This is a 4x scope. It's a little bit overkill if you imagine that you're sniping things here. I have a 2x scope on a slightly better rifle for Fortnite business. But yeah, this is sort of the main part of the fort. I'm going to get a rifle out of there because it's kind of big. Fort Demi. This sign, like, I legit need to put a pair of iron doors here just blocking access, because when the cop zombies come here, they spit at you as soon as they see you. And what spit zombie cop spit that doesn't hit me hit the wall over here. And every horde night they knock down this sign and I put up a new one, and that's like just the way it is. But I think if I put a door here, I might spare both the sign and parts of the wall from a bit of abuse. But yeah, I just figured I would walk you through this place and show what areas I have to it. I'm going to start outside, actually, with everything, at least all part of the outside that you can easily access without going through the main building, because I have the roof up there that you have to access from within. But for starters, you can just simply walk around the fort on the outside here. Actually, originally when I started building it, the courtyard, the moat, the walls out here, none of that did exist, so zombies could effectively walk by down here. So this has been my outer wall once, so it's well reinforced and everything, and I think it's actually double layers if you go down on the lower floors, and hence I got this little walkway out here because these are only 1 layer thick. Here I have the start of something. We're actually on top of a mushroom farm. I can show you down here. You can see, yeah, there's the doors in. It's my latest structure. I figure I'll be using this place up here as some sort of power station, you know, putting my generator banks and stuff, and then like drag all the cables from here. Maybe build a little bit more of like walls or something to make sure that the generators are safe from any outside fire. I'm also possibly going to extend things out here, so I may want a bridge from here, and that's why I've left a little hole here. But yeah, you continue to walk around here. Actually, up here, I have considered that I might want some sort of stairs or something leading up to the roof, just because right now to get up there, and I spend quite a bit of my nights very often up there, it might be nice to have access from the outside as well, but I don't know. I have the space for it, at least, if I want to. So yeah, we walk around here, you come back by the doors again, and then on both sides, so both over there and here, you can get down on the lower walls. These walls on the inside, they are only too high, and they are legit only there to break line of sight, so that no zombies, no especially screamers moving around out here can see me in here. If I want the screamer to see me, I can jump up here and let her see me. Down here, I think it might be 7 blocks deep. You don't want to fall down here. You actually do take damage if you do. But yeah, no zombies, no spiders are getting up here, so you are completely safe on the inside. And down here I've been decorating. I've been making like these little squares and stuff, and just making it nice. I've left like a little bit of a different patch here, because if you think like this horde base over here, this is the only access these zombies have to the fort that they perceive as an entrance anyways. So they will always be coming here, and as long as they have this entrance, they don't give a damn about the main building. Like, even if they spawn over there and they fall down into the moat, they will like obediently path around here, go up the stairs, and go in there. They are very good with that. Given I am not in the base but out there once Horde Night hits, this structure doesn't take much of a beating at all, but that's of course only true as long as this building stands, and both from the fact that it's taking a bit of beating every Horde Night, but also the fact that we now have zombies such as the Demolisher to contend me with. If I set a Demolisher off there, he'll blow this thing sky high, and even if I manage to, kill him without setting him off, he's going to take so many bullets, and every hit he makes against the wall, it's going to, or all the supports down here, it's going to do so much damage. I am pretty confident I might lose this one realistically in a Horde Night, so I want several of them, so if that one falls, I can just retreat to another one, and ultimately, we even get a sunrise here. Yeah, it's soon morning. I can retreat back to another one and basically continue my fight. It's not like, okay, now the zombies have no access anymore, so they are going to just break in. So I painted this ground here. Good morning, world. I painted this ground here differently just to mark that this is where the walkway is going to be when I eventually build a horde base structure out here. And this little dirt colored piece of ground here, it's actually a former mine that I filled in once I built the moat, because I figured having a hole just like this outside the moat was a structural weakness I don't want to give to the zombies. So that's where I have a little patch out there. And yeah, down here, been making my little squares and stuff. I have jack-o'-lanterns for lighting. This is still a work in progress, like this little flagstone square here. I figure I will make a pond or something with. And yeah, all of this in here, as I said earlier, most of the things I don't paint until it's reinforced concrete. That's why there are occasional normal concrete unpainted little blocks here, because I'm working on it. But these are just plain flagstone, but since if zombies are in here, then all hope is lost anyways. Not really, but in my head it's going to be, so there's no point in upgrading it. They are never going to be allowed to get here anyways. So here we have my lower gardens, I guess I should say, or my lower farms. As you see, we are below the structure up here where I planned on making my power station. So this is the mushroom farm, we're right in front of it. There are mushrooms growing in there. They're pretty small for the moment because I just harvested them. And beyond that, I am in the process of making... Oh, you are growing up a little bit. You're still growing though. These are some of the other crops. Since making farm plots nowadays take rotting flesh, and rotting flesh is such a commodity, I am slowly progressing with this. But this hop, it's probably never going to be used. It's just here because, I can. I'll have coffee on this row once I get around to it, once I get enough rotten flesh for it. Just for the same reason, just for show, because I can. And this one will be cotton, because once I've got cotton in place, I have every crop going on inside here, except for super corn, which I haven't managed to find any yet, so that's the only crop I do not have. Alright, let's get back on top. Actually, we can have a look at the other side. It's not really that different from the first, same thing with a little block here in the middle that I plan to make like a pond or a fountain or whatever you call it of. And then there is these two areas also in cobble. I don't know if I'll get some greenery or something in there. And this is the doors into the garage. I'm just going to peek in here quickly. I'm not going to go in because we're going to arrive here from the inside, and then there is the drawbridge so you can get the vehicles in or out, or if you don't want to platform through the same entrance as the zombies. But yeah, that is that. Yeah. The moat down here, I'm actually very dangerously close to the edge here, but yeah, there's spikes down there, so if a zombie falls down in here, because as I said, they ignore this part of the fort, they essentially ignore the fort when I'm not inside it if I'm out there, but if they come by like normally, and last recording I actually had 2 showing up here, but they seem to stay away now. They've learned a lesson. I shoot them on sight. But yeah, they'll go down here. They'll try to bang on the walls, but the spikes are there to stop them. So a single zombie or like a couple of them, they realistically can't do anything to the fort. Of course, I don't like want the Horde Night Horde or anything to be down there and banging, but they come in over there. Alright, so I guess it's time to go inside and have a little look. So this is the interior. Actually, start by addressing this. I think it looks so bad that the doors are like lopsided like this and they are the other way around on the outside, but that's because I always think I hear things, but there's nothing here. They are a bit lopsided because you can't really like make nice double doors in this way, like the way you can like Minecraft or something, or the game's like, oh, you're trying to make a double door, let me mirror the other door for you. No. So this is what it looks like for the moment, my temporary solution. But yeah, here is the main hall. It fills absolutely 0 purpose. It's just for shows because I can and I wanted to. I got my little chairs, my table, candles on the walls. I got windows out here. Every once in a while during a Horde night there's a cop spitting the windows out and I have to replace them, but they have mostly been safe. The only place of this room that essentially takes any fire on Horde night is this wall, because this is where they're coming in. If I start building like I have 1 Horde base in each cardinal direction, yeah, then I will have to start worrying about the other walls too. But right now, I think this is the only wall in here that's actually concrete, and I think the other ones are only cobble, because they don't take much damage anyways. But from here, I have a little door back here, and this is Demi's bedroom. Also, mostly for show. The only thing that feels a practical purpose in here is the bed, because if I die, this is actually where I respawn. But I don't think I have died in this save since day 2, probably. I think I can check that somewhere. Is it? Come on, don't get stuck. It gets laggy sometimes when I try to open inventories and menus, but no, 1 death I've had. I can't tell when, but I'm at game stage 117. Can I tell in here how long I've been alive? Yeah, 97 hours and 45 minutes. I mean, I have 120-minute days, so yeah, very early on there was like 1 death, and since then I've been fine. But that's my spawn point. But otherwise, this building, or this room in the building, is basically just there for me to feel good. Like, this is so shitty and cold and windy, and sometimes it snows and sometimes it rains, that I really felt I needed something like good and nice and cozy for myself. I even like made a fireplace in here, and I went far enough to put an extra campfire in here so I can light it just for the feel goods. And yeah, the bed, despite me having crafted it myself, you can craft all the beds in the game, but they end up looking dirty, you know, just like the ones you would find in a POI. So that's a little bit sad, but that's the only option. And well, why is the floor damaged here? It's probably like me who's accidentally thrown a spear in here or something. That sounds stupid, but it does happen. So yes, this is Demi's bedroom, and from there I think we'll go down into the lower parts of the fort. So this is essentially the first room there were. I don't know if the walls here are still actually wood. I might have upgraded them. I I don't know, but they're double thick, so they are properly reinforced walls on the outside. Because yeah, once that was all there were to this place. But this is where I have all my workshops and stuff, all the crafting stations, and all the magic happen. I also have the start of my like inventory organization system. I'm trying to keep, yeah, some sort of system behind where what I put where. Like I have valuables here. It might as well be sellables or something, because I guess these are here just because they don't belong anywhere else. I might bother with those later, but otherwise, like, stuff to take to the trader is in there. And if you go through here, here's the garage. I actually put an iron door in here because when the walls on the moat didn't exist, I was worried that the zombies would break through here. You come out here, by the way, this is what I showed earlier. But I very quickly built a moat after that, because I didn't trust the zombies not to use that as an entrance. And I have my two vehicles here, my bike, my good old trusty bike that I barely use anymore because I've got this beauty now. And as long as I can provide enough gas to ride around on it, I will be taking that one. But the bike is still nice to have around, and if nothing else, for old time's sake, it gets to stay in the garage. It's still space for it in there. So that's it for the lower parts of Fort Demi. So we have the little roof access here. This actually looks super cool, and when it snows in here, but there are like no kind of like doors or hatches you can really make for a stair other than building a structure up here, and I don't really want to. Here are my old, like my main farm. Like this farm here, it essentially contains all the crops that I need and use. As you heard from my commentary down there, most of the crops, they're just there for show, but this is like corn, blueberries, potatoes, chrysanthemum, goldenrod, and aloe vera. That's like the stuff I need. And then over here I have yucca, because I figured after a while I might want that for yucca smoothies, because they're good against the cold in this game. And then we have pumpkins here. They are the new crop for Alpha 18. I think they came with Alpha 18. Or did they come late, Alpha 17? Anyways, they are fairly new, and the only thing I've used them for, you don't see it from here because of the draw distance, but I showed them earlier, the jack-o'-lanterns. That's all I've ever done with those. I don't like have the recipes to do any cooking with it, and this is usually where my nighttime weaponry go. It's the hunting rifle with a silencer and scope and a little bit of ammo to it. As I said, I have different rifles for different things. I'm having a little bit too many guns sometimes, I think. But this is like, yeah, sitting up here and taking pot shots at the zombies while they can't even see you. They don't even know that you're there. And then we have the crow's nest up here, and the crow's nest is awful for performance. I think this part might have actually resulted in frame drop in itself, at least on the recording, because the recording does so not like, or my computer does so not like this area because of like the view, the snow drifting on the wind, and like everything. So I expect some frame drop, but especially up there, that is a frame drop. That's a 30 frames per second place. Now I'm recording in 30 frames per second, so with a little bit of luck you shouldn't notice any difference. But yeah, it's too awesome to have for me to actually care. I see a zombie out there. No, I didn't. I want something to snipe at from here, but I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to get anything. But yeah, this is the crow's nest. I don't know what this is doing to recording right now. I hope it will be fine. But yeah, as you see over there, that's actually the ocean. It's the end of the world. I saw this when I built it, and I had to bike out there to figure out if this was the ocean or just like something that had to do with the draw distance of the game. But nope, that's the ocean. And otherwise I see just about everything. No zombie is safe walking by here. Especially back when I was still scared about being out in the nights in this game. This is where I would sit and just snipe zombies, and when there were no zombies and I got bored, I would snipe landmines. But to be perfectly honest, I am probably worse at hitting these little stationary targets than I am at hitting the zombies. So I'm not even going to try it. But yeah, you can snipe the landmines and they go boom. There's something very superfluous about like sitting up here with a silenced rifle and blowing up landmines. It's like, you're making so much of a ruckus anyway, why do you need it silenced? But yeah, this is about it for Fort Demi. I guess we can go down and have a look in the moat actually. You can safely drop from here. This drop distance doesn't do anything, but this on the other hand is a guaranteed broken leg if you jump down there. And I do from time to time, because before I built this moat, this was just like, you know, normal ground here, and I would just lazily jump off. Like whenever I got out through the door, I would just like jump down from here and, you know, be on my merry way. And every once in a while I forget that I can't do that, so I just jump off, and then I have to go hobbling back inside and go get myself a splint. But yeah, there's spikes. They should be spikes all around this thing, but last fortnight they spawned down here and they, you know, shamble along the walls a little bit, and yeah, they took some out. I am going to replace them eventually, but it's not really the highest priority right now. I have 5 days left before the zombies come marching again. There's like one odd spike here out in the middle. I misplaced this one, but I figured they are a little bit like too valuable for me just to like take out the pickaxe and tear it down. It gets to stay until the zombies have ruined it, but I'm not going to repair it. I also saw that this one was broken earlier. I think I fixed them up after the horde night, but that still doesn't mean that I haven't had any nightly visitors come down here and wreak a little bit of havoc. If they decide to go up against the wall, they will kill themselves on that, so you are more or less completely safe. I assure myself feel completely safe in here, which may or may not end up playing against me eventually, because I just might get too cocky. Like, I don't care about anything in here, like the screamer or anything. Like, let her come. This place has survived the 41st horde night. Like, what's the screamer going to do about it? But then on the other hand, I have lost horde bases, or bases in general, to that kind of thinking before. But yeah, this has been Fort Demi, and I think I'll just go around and go back up, expose everyone to possible frame rate drops just because I want to end it from the crow's nest. But yeah, fairly old thing actually. I built this one also very early on, and it's a nice structure to have, because the zombies, they don't really detect you when they're down on the ground, even if they're like right besides next to and besides are not two words you should try saying at the same time. But if they would be down here, they would still have a very hard time seeing me up here, so it's a pretty safe place to be. But yeah, that's been the tour of Fort Demi. I hope people have been enjoying this, and I hope this actually turns out to be looking and sounding okay. So if it does, it might mean that I am clear to possibly record or stream this in the future. But with that, this will be Demi signing off.